I demand more money for trolling or I'm sitting out for the rest of the season.
Please sit out for the rest of the season, Andrew. Please. I beg of you.
That's gonna be the opening clip. 900 subscribers in like 15 days is pretty nice. Thank you guys.
Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day. That's wild.
Yeah.
We're old. Is this going to be a bromance between you and this dad?
Would you know where Gonzaga is?
No. What is that?
They're a school. It's a university.
All aboard the Tangent Express.
They're going to get dog walked. They're going to get just manhandled by Kentucky. That's like your starters for a D1 college team playing high school seniors. Oh my gosh, she was born in 2002.
What a baby. Oh my gosh.
Wow. The best way to grow the league is to create drama. Create something that people want to consume. Nona says she loves you. She said it while she was sleeping last night. I love our subscribers. I love their money. Welcome back to the He's Wrong, She's Right podcast, anniversary week. This week is the 1-year anniversary of the podcast, so thank you guys so much for being here. And if you like the episodes and the content we put out, why don't you act like Andrew Tate and slap that like button?
I think you're more excited about our 1-year podcast anniversary than you were about our wedding anniversary.
That's
for
not
sure.
True. It's not true
for
at all.
sure. For sure.
It's not true at all. But yeah. And make sure that you do like and subscribe and leave a comment and all that stuff, because this week also concludes our 5,000 subscriber giveaway on Saturday. It was extended. We almost hit it in 15 days, which would have been nice, but we extended it to the 22nd. We're like 100 subscribers away. So
you guys can do it.
900 subscribers in like 15 days is pretty nice. Thank you guys.
Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that would be today when this comes out. Yeah. And today we're talking about sports stuff that Nona loves because she's a huge sports fan. The biggest sports fan of all time. She knows all of the statistics. She knows the players and everything about them.
Oh, yeah.
She's very, very well versed.
Totally, guys.
So the big topics today, specifically when we're recording this and going into this week, are, of course, March Madness. There's some stuff with Bill Belichick that's come up. Well, I guess not. It's not like bad. There's pictures of him with his girlfriend at the beach. Mm-hmm. We've got Angel Reeves and Caitlin Clark, who were perpetually in the news since last year's March Madness when they were college athletes going into the WNBA. Mm-hmm. Selection Sunday, of course, is today.
Oh, see, I'm such a sports fanatic that I totally knew that.
Yeah. So most of the teams are locked already, despite today being Championship Sunday too.
Okay.
So Michigan plays, time of recording this, Michigan plays Wisconsin in about 3 hours.
Are you going to watch?
Possibly. I texted my buddy from back in Indiana, who's a huge Wisconsin fan. We talk like when Michigan and Wisconsin are playing each other in sports, and that's pretty much it these days.
Okay.
I texted him, I said, how you feel? And he's like, you guys again. So, but Dusty May, Michigan's new coach, has found a way to win at the right time, which is all that really matters.
Okay.
They have a good record. They have I think they went like 8-20 last year or something like that before what's his name was fired, and then Dusty May was brought in. And actually,
why was he fired?
Juwan Howard, just underperforming, just didn't live up to the hype. He was one of the Fab Five players for Michigan back in the 80s, 90s, early 90s.
Okay. I
can't remember exactly what year the Fab Five was. I'm like mixing stuff up with other things with Michigan and pro sports because dates are starting. It's like 40 years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was fired. Dusty May was brought in. He's got like a cult following. Our new player on Cash's flag football team that showed up yesterday. So he was supposed to have his first practice with us this week, and practice was canceled because of rain and everything like that. So his first time even meeting anyone, meeting me or anything like that was at
the game yesterday.
Yeah. So I gave him his jersey, and he saw me wearing a Michigan hoodie. He's like, "Oh, we're huge Michigan fans too. Go Blue!" And his dad walks up. He's like, "Go Blue!" And on the other side, on the field right next to us, one of the other team's coaches is an Oregon fan. He was wearing an Oregon polo. So he like looked over like, "Oh,
yeah, that's funny."
yeah." So we've got another Michigan dad on the team, which is nice. It's nice to see. He asked me if I had seen or if I watched the game on Friday, which I forgot about. And then I saw...
You forgot about a Michigan game?
Yeah,
oh my God, the world is coming to an end.
I saw this. Well, I actually didn't know what day it was. I thought the tournament was starting yesterday, not Friday. And in the tournament, they play back to back to back.
Is this going to be a bromance between you and this dad?
I don't even know his name, so...
Right.
But I guess that's normal for guys.
Yeah.
No.
You don't know his profession. You don't know his name. Yeah. But you guys both like Michigan. That's all that matters.
Yep. So, we've got that going on. Football's not going very well, but the team, they need to kind of show up. That's been the problem. I'm not talking about Michigan. I'm talking about the flag football team. We had players that showed up 5 minutes before the game ended yesterday. So that was a great start to the season.
And when Cash goes to his dad's house,
he never shows up. Can't really we can get into that, but push some buttons. So
obviously it's a hot topic.
So college basketball right now, it's pretty much the same teams that are kind of always up there. There's a handful of teams that nobody really knows about. If I rattled off some of these names, you'd be like, I've heard of them, but I have no idea where they would be. Like,
okay.
Would you know where Gonzaga is?
No. What is that?
They're a school. It's a university.
Where? See, you don't even know.
I did, and you just made
nope.
me... Hold on.
You didn't know.
Yes, I do.
No.
Yes, I do.
No, you probably looked up weird university names so I could mess with Nona.
No, Gonzaga is like a perennial... They're like always in it. Gonzaga is in Spokane, Washington.
Okay.
I typed where G-O, and I didn't even put where is. I put where G-O. So,
where go.
So... It popped up where Gonzaga, not even where is or where's. So Spokane, Washington. Butler, do you know where that is? It's in Indiana. Indiana's deep with basketball schools, so IU and Purdue, it's usually typically IU, Purdue, Michigan State is usually really good. Michigan in the last couple of years has kind of fallen off, but they're coming right back up again. So IU didn't even make the Big Ten tournament, which is, I don't even know the last time that's happened. They don't.
Is it a new coach? Is it?
I actually don't know, but their coach previously was Harbaugh's brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to be good in basketball, football this past year, and then horrific in basketball.
It's like a complete
they
wild
can't have
thing.
both. Yeah, they can't have both.
Gotcha.
So... and Michigan actually lost both games in the series to Michigan State this year, but Michigan State lost yesterday in the tournament and Michigan won. So Michigan beat Purdue. And there's this whole thing with when there's a score. I think I've told you about this with Ohio State from a couple years ago. They wouldn't post the Michigan score when Michigan beat them.
Right.
Purdue's refusing to post the Michigan score from Michigan beating them on Friday.
Really?
Yeah. So IU, Barstool IU, and IU Hoops or IU Ball or whatever it is on X are just trolling Purdue. Like, when are you going to post the score? It's like Boiler Hoops or Boiler, because they're the Boilermakers.
That's a mascot?
Their mascot is like a train engineer.
Okay.
Purdue's a huge engineering school, if you don't know that. It's like, they're like one of the best engineering schools in the country.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense then.
But not necessarily trains. Like actual
all aboard the Tangent Express.
Yeah. So I actually didn't know where Gonzaga was. I thought it was in the Northeast for some reason. Mm-hmm. So Michigan is basically a lock in the 4th seed. Michigan State's a lock in the 2 seed. I don't remember where. Auburn is the number 1 overall seed.
And then did you see that UNCW actually got some awards recently?
Well, I told you that at the banquet. What do you call that? Like that?
Right. We were talking about it, and then I literally saw a news article come out like 2 days after that episode that we did, that UNCW got
One of the
something.
the-
But
they
I'm
had a-
not sportsy, so I don't
They
know.
had one of the players, one of the NCW players there, and he was just kind of standing around the entire time. They didn't even really utilize him. But then
That's too bad.
they asked him right at the end before everybody left, like, what's coming up for you guys? And he was like really, really muffled. And I was sitting next to Lou,
Okay.
and I was like, I can't hear what he's saying. And he said something about the NCAA tournament. I was like, the season's not even over. Nobody's even played their conference championships yet. Like, what do you mean? How do you? There's no way that you're skipping a conference championship and going right to. So, let's see here. Who can we pull up that's not going to be atrocious with nonsense on the screen?
I think it was WCT that
No,
I
no,
saw the
there's-
article with.
There's project. I was reading the word projection and I wanted to say prediction, and I combined the two words together.
Okay.
So projected first seeds are Auburn, Duke, Houston, and Florida. So I think Houston is Mountain West Conference. So it's 2 SEC schools, an ACC school, and then Mountain West or whatever. Maybe Houston might be Big 12. No, there's no Big 12. I don't know. They've moved around. There's Michigan made a huge shot against them with Jordan Poole like 12 or 13 years ago to win, like in the clutch moment to move on to the championship game.
Okay.
Like, it's crazy. It's like one of the most historic moments in Michigan basketball in the last couple of decades. People are reposting that now. So, first 4, we've got, now they're putting in conferences. Last 4 buys, UNC, last 4 in. UNC is a last 4 in school. That means that they have to play in. So there's actually 68 teams that are in the bracket.
Okay.
But there's obviously 64 in the main bracket, so 4 teams have to.
I said UNCW, not UNC.
I know. I'm just saying. UNC, not doing so hot in basketball, hired Bill Belichick for football.
Right.
First 4 out, Xavier, who's another huge basketball school that you've never heard of.
Where are they?
I swear I used to know. I swear
A made-up place,
know.
obviously.
Xavier is not a made-up place. Xavier Musketeers. Cincinnati, Ohio. That's why nobody knows where they are.
Like I said, a made-up place.
They're the most imaginary
That's
place
why I
ever.
said a made-up place.
Yeah. Let's see here. Why can't they just put this into the actual bracket form? So yeah. So the brackets all add up to 17 because there's 16. You have 4 sets of 16, right? So 1 seed plays the 16 seed.
You already lost me.
2 seed plays the 15 seed, meaning Michigan coming in at 4 seed will play the 13th seed in their bracket.
Okay.
It's important.
Not to me, it's not.
It is. It's important because you don't want to jump right to playing the highest seeds. You don't want to play the 2.
I'm not playing any
1.
of these people, so it doesn't matter to me.
It matters to me. It matters very much. So the West that are going to play in the San Francisco part of the bracket is Florida, Norfolk State, Creighton, Colorado State, Purdue, North Carolina, or Texas for that play-in game.
Okay.
Arizona, High Point, Missouri, San Diego, Texas Tech, Troy, Illinois, Oklahoma, St. John's, and Bryant. Why is this? Okay. East, playing in Newark. Duke, American, or Mount St. Mary's. Or is that what? I don't know what's going on there. Mississippi State, Yukon, Clemson, Liberty, Michigan versus Grand Canyon. Where do you think they are? In the Grand Canyon,
Right.
probably.
I guess this is your question.
Yeah. Milwaukee, West Virginia, Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's going into this in the 3 seed in the same bracket that Michigan's going to be the 4 seed, and they're playing each other today. So
Okay.
opportunity for a rematch depending on the outcome of today. Then we got St. Mary's, New Mexico, Alabama, Omaha, in that one. The Midwest, we've got Houston, SIUE. SIUE. No idea what that is. Marquette, Georgia, Oregon, Drake, Texas A&M, Lipscomb, Louisville, VCU, Kentucky, UNC Wilmington is the 14th seed playing Kentucky. They're going to get dog walked. They're going to get just manhandled by Kentucky.
That's your prediction?
That's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah.
What if they're actually good? And you're completely wrong.
They might be good, but playing a Kentucky or a Michigan or even Illinois, Louisville, those teams, that's like your starters for a D1 college team playing high school seniors.
Okay.
They're going to get crushed. Sorry, UNC Wilmington. That's going to be played in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Okay.
So now we know where they are at least. Yeah. Sorry, UNCW. Sorry to that kid that was on the court that I couldn't hear what you were talking about.
Aw.
So we've talked March Madness. We've talked basketball predictions. I'm taking Michigan to beat Wisconsin today. Probably jinxing it. Knocking on wood. But they're playing well at the right time. They have a history of doing that. So let's move on to... Oh, didn't know my phone.
You want to just talk about Angel Reese?
Yeah, Reeves. Is it Reese or Reeves? I thought it was Reeves.
Oh, I don't know. I thought it was Angel Reese. I know her first name is Angel.
But if I just type in Angel... Oh, yeah, it is Reese. Oops. So Angel Reese, not Reeves, is threatening to sit out.
Okay.
Because,
so she's on strike?
see...
How does that work for being on a team?
Well, okay, so I'm assuming that the WNBA has a players union just like all the other leagues do.
Right.
So they have what they call a CBA, combined bargaining agreement or something like that, where the union will negotiate for how many games they play, bonuses, where certain things happen, when the season starts.
And she's the only one.
She's the only one that's everyone's talking about because she's clickbait, right? People are searching for her. She's always trending because she
has the loudest
spouting
voice.
off about something. Yeah. So she's threatening to sit out.
Okay.
Which, barring an injury, typically there would be a penalty, I believe, to that, like a pay penalty.
Okay. So not only can she not afford her apartment at $8,000 a month or whatever crazy monthly payment it was, she's now going to be fined per game, possibly even per practice.
I don't know. Like I said,
I don't know how that works.
Oh my gosh, she was born in 2002.
What a baby! Oh my gosh.
Wow. So I was...
Seriously, you are aging us so hard in this episode. Wow. I'm feeling very old right now.
Good.
Good?
I'm just kidding. Wow, all of the headlines in here. Angel Reese makes Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend Kayla Nicole react after her latest cuts off. Angel Reese can have the last laugh with unrivaled championship. Chicago sky breaks silence after major Angel Reese news.
That makes me think of the recent article headline regarding Michael Jordan's son getting arrested. Only the headline was literally Larsa Pippen's ex-boyfriend, Michael Jordan's son, gets arrested. So obviously there's beef previously between Pippen and Jordan, and so they had to throw in all the names.
I don't think there's beef between them, but
previously when they were on the team together.
But so this brings up a good point, and we'll talk about this more in another episode, our anniversary episode actually, about Sean Ryan. So when you search, I think he did this strategically by using his middle name as like his stage name or whatever. So when you search Sean Ryan,
I use my middle name on social media just so all you stalkers can't find me.
when you search Sean Ryan previously, now my Instagram stuff shows up. Or my ex stuff doesn't, but Instagram does.
Okay.
For arrest, it was all these random Sean Ryan. He wasn't up there at all. Now it's up there,
Okay.
and it's the podcast and my account.
Okay.
But when I wrote the post, obviously it says his first and last name. It doesn't say his middle name.
Okay.
So I had to write the post as Sean Ryan, and we're investigating the Sean Ryan arrest. If I would have wrote Sean Palmisano, almost nobody would know. Like his audience would know.
Mm-hmm.
People outside of that would not know.
Okay.
So I had to write Sean Palmisano, aka Sean Ryan, to make it make sense for everybody.
Okay.
Because people might read the headline, not know what he looks like, see the picture, the mugshot, see the name, be like, that's not even the same guy.
Okay.
So I had to do both. So I understand what they were trying to do, but they were really, whoever wrote their headline didn't do it well.
Okay.
So back to talking about her, Angel
Okay.
Reese, that is. Talking about wanting to sit out. Let's see if it's still. She's calling for WNBA players to sit out for the rest of the season, demands more pay, blah, blah, blah. And the same things have been coming up. If you want more pay, sell more tickets, sell more merchandise. The NBA is subsidizing them to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. It's coming out of the paychecks of the NBA players, because nobody's watching them. Name another player other than those two.
I don't watch sports, period. I am not the person to ask.
But I bet you could name probably 3 or 4 NBA players. You know who LeBron James is.
Okay.
You know who...
and then doesn't his son also play on the same team, but he should never have been on that team because apparently he's terrible?
I've seen some headlines from Barstool and some other things where it's one of those situations where, say your family owns a business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your parents, your dad, your mom, whoever ran and started that business is well known, well liked, good in the industry, good at the business. And then the son or daughter or whoever comes in and they don't know anything about the industry.
Right.
And they're just like, I'm just going to let it continue and operate as it was. And the family leaves, retires, dies off, whatever, has no interest in it. And then the company crashes.
Right.
That's kind of the analogy that they're making to LeBron's son.
Right.
And they're like, clearly he's only here because of LeBron.
Right.
Which makes it worse for him into the future.
Right.
Because now people are going to be like, why would I take your advice? Not your own kid isn't even good. Why would I take any advice about another player coming into the league?
But I don't even know his first name, and I cannot name another player.
Brony or Brony.
I cannot name another player.
Steph Curry.
I have no idea who that is.
He's in all of those State Farm commercials.
Okay.
Is it State Farm? Which one's the one with Jake from State Farm?
State Farm.
Okay. He's in a bunch of Subway commercials. You've seen him. You know who he is. He's like one of the best 3-point shooters ever in history. Then you have...
No idea.
You know who these people are.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yes,
I really don't.
Yes, you do.
No,
Yes, you
I
do.
really don't.
Okay. Anyways. But you know Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Sure, only because the news has been vomiting all over my feed with them.
Yeah, that's my point. My point is that the general public doesn't know any other player, any other character. That's what helps drive the sports industry is having heroes and having villains, having players.
Who's your hero?
What, in sports?
Or just in general?
Oh, no, I'm saying like it. I'm not necessarily calling them heroes. I'm saying like that's the analogy, right? Like you have the good versus evil. You have my side versus their side.
Okay.
People race baiting, my side versus their side. You have everything, right?
Okay.
So you need conflict. There's conflict in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
There's conflict in basketball. There's conflict in football. There's conflict in soccer.
Okay.
They all have names, faces that people know. And people either love, people really hate, or people are indifferent to and are annoyed to see them all the time.
Indifferent.
Yeah. And they're like, this person keeps coming up, but what did you just do? You helped continue promoting them.
Only because you told me that we had
No,
to
no, no,
talk
no.
about
I'm
it
not-
today.
I'm talking-
Otherwise, I wouldn't.
I'm talking the global you. When people are like, I don't like hearing about this, but they posted about it. They're helping
I
the
just
trend
scroll
continue.
past it.
Sure.
I do.
Okay. So yeah, she talks about wanting to sit out for more pay.
Okay.
So okay, here's Barstool Sports 5 days ago. Making a profit in the WNBA has never made a profit in the history of the league. Never. And I believe they're going to be $40 million upside down this year. So that'd be like going to your boss, right? Your boss, you as in anybody who works, going to your boss and asking for a raise when not only are you not helping grow the company is going bankrupt. And then demanding more money. You're not going to get more money. It doesn't matter how loud you yell. It's not equality. It's not equity. People are not watching you. People don't want to consume your sport. You're either not entertaining enough or there's not enough of that good versus evil rivalry. The characters don't matter, whatever. It has nothing to do with the points that she wants to make up. It has entirely to do with the fact that the league doesn't make money. Nobody's buying, nobody's watching. You're not putting butts in seats.
So she should just pivot and go to like brand deals.
She has.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, instead of threatening to sit out, just completely pivot, get a marketing agency.
But they don't want to have to do extra work to make money. That's the point. She wants to make money for what she's already doing, not for what she can do on top of that. That's like the side job, right? She doesn't want to go and have to film commercials. She wants that money to come from her day job. But the majority of the players that do make good money in any league and any level make a lot of their money from those brand deals anyway.
Right. That's where the longevity is,
Yeah.
building your brand as a whole,
Yep.
rather than, I mean, sports at any time you could get injured and you're done. So without the brand deals, then you have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that really is the main thing. And the sports gig is the side gig.
So she's mad that the average WNBA salary is 1% the average of an NBA salary. NBA benchwarmers are on $5 million contracts. But the NBA had $11.34 billion in revenue last year. So they're generating the revenue. Their players are, for lack of a better term, earning their pay. Because people want it. People are buying their shoes. People are buying their jerseys. People are going to the games. People are paying for NBA League Pass or whatever it is on their that's like the NFL Sunday ticket or like Golf Network, baseball. All of these leagues have their own.
Okay.
If you don't want blackouts in your region.
Okay.
Yeah. Performance issue alert. Okay. My computer's telling me that one of the tabs are eating up resources on my laptop because this laptop's a
The viewers don't care, Andrew.
Yeah.
You don't have to narrate everything.
Oh, but I do. I'm just kidding. So, yeah, you can't ask for money that doesn't exist. I mean, if you want to grow the league, great. The best way to grow the league is to create drama. Create something that people want to consume.
I think that's what she tried to do last season and was
With Caitlin Clark.
only minorly successful.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple other topics here to wrap up with. We got the Bill Belichick. I'll put some images. I haven't seen these images yet. I saw the headline.
Oh yeah, but they're doing yoga poses on the beach together.
Aw.
I don't know. But no, really what I wanted to talk about was that he has demanded the staff CC her on all emails, especially pertaining to marketing and social media, and that she essentially will be doing his posting for him because he's probably got like a Nokia brick.
No, that makes perfect sense. Anybody like that? Like, I'm not even famous.
She's like 24 or
but
something.
I'm not even famous and I need a personal assistant, right? So,
But your girlfriend,
you offered to do it for me years ago
and you said no.
because that's having to teach what I do, and I don't even know how to teach what I do. So I have to learn to teach to be able to teach you to learn. Right? Right. Plus, most of what I do posting is trolling, other than the podcast stuff.
No, you troll on there too.
Sure, but I'm saying
You are a professional troll.
no. Professionals make money. I'm an amateur.
Well, you claim that that's how you make your money.
You know,
You claim that that's how you get your clients.
I demand more money for trolling, or I'm sitting out for the rest of the season.
Please sit out for the rest of the season, Andrew. Please. I beg of you.
That's gonna be the opening clip. Yeah. Then we have the track girl, who, of course, I've forgotten her name now, and the whole incident. Have you seen what some of the news tried to do to run defense for her initially?
Mm-mm.
ABC News, and they've corrected it now. ABC News clipped out where she actually hits the girl in the head.
Really?
So they were telling the story as if, all of these news outlets are making it up. That never
Really?
happened. Yeah. So they show the lead up. They show them running side by side, and before her arm goes back, she's still in stride, and they
Didn't the
cut.
girl get like a freaking concussion?
Yeah, she had a concussion and I believe TBI. So she obviously stumbled, fell off the track, and this is at some university in Virginia. That it was the high school like championship.
Right.
So was hospitalized for it. Supposedly the coach and the father called the parents and apologized.
Mm-hmm.
But then the girl started talking about, everybody's talking about her, but nobody's talking about my mental. Yeah. Nobody's thinking about my mental state. After I just tried to knock out a competitor who was passing me on the track.
I didn't hear about the mental state.
That's in her interview. That's what she said. Nobody's thinking about my mental.
I heard it in regards to what she's being called, which is ghetto. And that it has such a negative connotation that is what she's upset with, being called ghetto for her actions.
People are calling her all kinds of things. I mean, at the end of the day,
the NAACP is backing her.
Well, kind of. They say that They say that they don't believe that law enforcement should be involved and that the court should be involved. But they said, but we want to be sure that due process is followed and blah, blah, blah. Okay. I could see them trying to be more involved and more vocal if the other girl was white or any other race. But
what did this girl place in the race?
I actually don't know. Oh, she was disqualified.
Okay, so that was what I was.
Yeah.
If she placed, then that should be the punishment, is that she's disqualified. So that's already occurred. So,
But there's medical.
right, I understand that. So then after that,
Yep.
then she should be covering the medical bills at the very least.
Yeah. So, but she's been charged. She's 18, so she's being charged as an adult
Gotcha.
with assault and battery.
Okay.
So, yeah, potential.
So what needs to be investigated is if there was any premeditation, if there was any kind of beef going on between them outside of the track race.
They're going to try and claim they're already trying to claim that it was an accident and that she was tripping or something along those lines, which is completely
No,
untrue.
there was no tripping involved.
So in football, right, when the refs are looking to determine if a forward pass has occurred, whether it's a fumble or an incomplete pass, in regards to the quarterback being tackled before the hand and arm move forward. So if you have your arm back, your arm's back, right, and it's hit before your arm starts moving forward,
Okay.
it's a fumble, and if the defense recovers, it's a fumble recovery. But say if my arm is already coming forward and you hit it and the ball comes out, it's an incomplete pass. So they look at that kind of stuff and they pay attention to the body movement and everything. They have really, really good video, and I think at least 2 angles, and it seems like people that were filming with like their phones have been submitting it as well. So they have tons of angles around
Pretty much
there.
a 365 view.
And so for her to be running like this, right, and then go like this,
Right.
and come down,
Right.
if
It looked intentional to me personally.
not only that, if you let's pretend she is tripping, right?
Okay.
You don't
I looked at her feet.
hit somebody with full force. If you were stumbling, you might, and
Right.
typically
And you would
you're gonna try
also land.
you're gonna try to avoid it. Even if they are your opponent, you're not going to intentionally try and hit them.
You would
still
naturally
hit
try to
them.
brace your fall.
Yeah, but you might still hit them. But she also was still holding it. The other girls was already, she dropped it like basically in stride. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the girl, there's probably no premeditation because they've probably never competed against each other before. Probably don't even know each other.
Not necessarily. There is possibly an overlap. What if they dated the same guy? What if
It's the state championship. That means they're coming from everywhere in the state.
I'm just saying that's the only thing that actually should be investigated.
I don't think there's anything there.
After that,
Somebody would
then
have already brought that up. I
at
don't
the
think
very least, just cover the medical bills.
she's facing charges. There's going to be more than just that.
Okay.
Yeah. Who knows what comes of it? But anyways, guys, this will be episode 150. So thank you for getting us to 150 episodes. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the good things that the algorithm loves. In addition to that, when this giveaway ends, we have another giveaway lined up, and we're going to be talking about that in our anniversary episode for tomorrow.
Okay.
Which
so
I have.
stay tuned.
Yeah. I have a lot of stats and notes and stuff that I completely forgot about that we've both been wrong on about the show. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Nona says she loves you. She said it while she was sleeping last night. She's, I love our subscribers. I love their money.
I do love money.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and we will see you in the next episode. The anniversary episode.
Goodbye.
Bye.